Welcome, fellow trackers. I'm Nick Metzger, and my partner, my co-host in crime, is none other than Mr. Sean Abbott. We are so happy you're here this week, Thursday, June 6th. We are going to be bringing you 4 hot news stories, ranging from Kina, Bridge of Spirits making its surprise jump to Xbox, Toys for Bob signing an agreement, and is sharing it with a little purple thumbnail. Might mean something. Black Ops 6 not requiring a new Game Pass tier. Woo! And will we see Contraband at the showcase, or is it canceled and gone forever? And of course, it being Xbox Christmas, our own predictions of what might happen at the showcase that will be held this Sunday. But before all of that stuff, we will dive into the deep realms of Xbox's what happened here? Of Sean. Before we dive into the deep realms of Xbox, that's what I was supposed to say. But instead I said the deep realms of Sean. Let's dive into the deep realms of Sean and talk about his life.
At least buy me dinner first. Jeez.
Sean, how are your deep realms? Let's speak intimately of them.
Well, it was leg day yesterday, so my realms ache. Let's just go with that. No, I'm good. I'm good. I've had a day. It started off nice and pleasurable, but it then got tipped upside down. When I say pleasurable, I was trying to take a day for myself. So I went to the gym. I took a trip across to Leeds, which is a city about 45 minutes away from me. I went to go and have a look at they have an urban bike park. So it's a bike park in a large hilled area in the city, green area in the city. They have a coffee shop there. So I took myself across. I had to walk around the bike park just to have a look. I didn't take my bike because I didn't want to go on my own like a absolute loner with my bike, and number 2, I still haven't cleaned it from the last time I went out on it because I'm a very bad bike owner. So I just went for a wander around, grabbed a coffee, had a little bit of flapjack, and then on the drive home I was like 10 minutes away from home, and I got a phone call from school saying, Logan, your son doesn't feel very well. He's crying at reception. You might want to come and pick him up. So I was like, oh, okay. So that slammed the brakes on the rest of my day. Because the rest of my day that I had planned out was come, sit down, read through the doc that we do for the week, which you will have filled out very, very well this week because I've done nothing with it. So thank you very much for that. That was my objective this afternoon, was to get to it and kind of add my bits to it as well. Yeah. It didn't happen until this evening. So yeah, I picked him up from school, and he was upset. He was visibly upset when I picked him up. And then as we walked out of the school, we got through the automated gates, and he started skipping. And I was like, dude, you have literally just cried your way out of school, and now you're skipping across the green to the car. So, yeah.
And then you punted him back into the school, and you walked away. No.
Kick the baby.
No, it's the worst, man. You're just like, no, I'm so sorry that you're sick, but you ruined my day. This was my day. No. You ruined it.
No, to be fair, I brought him back. He got laid on the sofa with a blanket, watching his iPad for a while, and kind of I then thought, right, I can't really just sit with my music on and go through stuff.
Ignore the sick child. Sure, you can, Sean.
Yeah. So I did a few. I earned my husband points. I did some tidying around. I prepped stuff for the tea. I kind of poked the eldest one and said, you need to go for a shower before work, and kind of tried to be a productive father rather than unproductive father, but a productive co-host.
No problem. You are always productive. That's great. I do understand. I was telling you, Ariel this year she didn't feel good in the morning, and I was like, okay, you won't go to school. And then by the time we dropped her brother off, she laid on the couch at work for 15 minutes, and then she hopped up and she's like, Dad, can I play on something? And I'm like, what? No, you're sick. Yeah, I was just like, why?
Lay there and be sick.
That's right. You're supposed to be sick. Leave me alone. So, there's nothing worse in the sick stage, especially even when they're really sick, when they're really sick, it's really not that bad. You just got to like take the cuddles and not do much, right? Like just kind of deal, like give them the medicine, do the stuff. But then there's that period where they're not ready to go to school yet, but they're really not sick either. So it's like now you're just like, and they're bouncing up, and it's like, well, this is too much work. Like you're supposed to be at school at this point. Like, come on, man, what's up with this?
Do your schools have like that incubation period from the last period of either number 2 or vomit?
Yeah,
before they can go back.
Yeah, how long? Yes, yeah, it's something like that. And then like if they're sick and they know that you have antibiotics, I think it's like 48 hours or something that they have to be on antibiotics before they can go back or something. I don't know. Yeah, but all that happens, and they have to be without a fever, and there's a whole checklist now. Before it was like, well, can they walk? Before COVID, it was like, can they walk out the door without like stumbling or puking? Okay, good. Go to school. Now it's like a 10-point checklist. Like I'm trying to fly a plane or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's kids and sick kids, but we love them.
Yay! Forever the Sickest Kids.
Forever.
It's also a really good band, by the way. So that's why it was in my head.
There you go. Now I'll have to look it up. Sean, you watching anything new before we get into the video games?
Am I watching anything new? I rewatched Fallout again. I watched that from start to end again. Enjoyed that. But in terms of watching anything new, not yet. My ears have been pricked by the rumors of a new Dexter show.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's caught my attention.
I fell off of Dexter. I watched a couple seasons and then I kind of just.
I watched. I bought the box set, like really nice display box set. So we have that. I think me and Lindsay have watched it through twice, and then I think is it on Paramount? Might be on Paramount. Like they did a season for after the end of Dexter. For like, I don't want to say anything that'll spoil it, but how like the story then goes from afterwards, which was really good. Yeah, I love that show. So I've got a hankering to rewatch My Name Is Earl for some strange reason. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I don't think I did.
Jason Lee, I think, played the main character, and Ethan Suplee played his brother in the.
Okay. Now I'm looking it up.
It was it was. So the story is kind of like he wins the lottery.
Yeah.
But doesn't want to spend the money on just himself. He kind of has a list of people that he wronged, and he wants to go back and make up for that. He doesn't feel like he deserves.
Yeah. I did not ever watch this, but it does now that I'm looking at the two characters. It's very familiar. It was popular. Yeah, that's cool. Do you rewatch a lot of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of therapists would probably say that I suffer a lot from like survivalist PTSD because all I do is rewatch the same stuff. But I don't. I like to the reason for rewatching Fallout was because there was lots of Easter eggs that I think I missed the first time around. When I've watched like people reacting to the show and stuff like that, there's loads of things I think I missed. So I went back through and watched it for like kind of little spoilers and tidbits.
Okay.
I think we yearly might rewatch our show. Like we're going back through Orange Is the New Black, and we've kind of got to the last season of that, and we're both sat there like, I can't remember this, and then we've come to the conclusion that we never actually watched the whole of the last season. So
that's funny. Yes, because I never rewatch stuff. It just drives me insane. I'm like, why do I want to? And the thing is, like, if you ask me, hey Nick, you watched that series? Can you tell me about it? I'm not gonna remember. But it's like the moment I start watching it, then my brain's like, I don't know, it like goes through its file cabinet. It's like, yep, here it is, right here. And then like my brain knows the ending. But like if you ask me before I start watching the show, what's the plot and what's going to happen in this episode, I'm not going to have any clue. But the moment I start watching it, it's like, I remember. So I never like rewatch anything. I don't know, it just bugs me. But I am watching Joe Pickett at the moment. It's a Paramount show because I'm really stuck on Paramount stuff at the moment. They sucked me in good. I went from Halo to The Tourist. That was a good one. He loses his memory, and then he has to like figure out who he is. It's got 2 seasons of that one. I really like that one. And then Joe Pickett's this warden guy. It's not like top tier, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting, I would say. And then the Alien, man. I don't know. Did you say you watched the Alien?
No, I know.
Oh my gosh, you should watch it. I'm sorry, not the Alien, Resident Alien. It's on Netflix. That show is freaking hilarious. And I don't know the dude's name who plays the alien, but they could not have picked. I'm gonna see if I can find it. They could not have picked a better dude for that like deal. He plays an amazing part. I'm gonna see if Alan Tudyk. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know his face from. What do I know his face from now? Knight's Tale. Yeah, that's where I know him from.
Okay.
He plays like the jestery style sidekick to Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale.
Okay. Anyways, that guy's freaking hilarious.
Great film, by the way.
Yeah. I feel like I've watched it and again don't remember it.
It's so like if I have go-to films and go-to series that I will just literally stick on to have either just for the sake of it being in the background, or like if I'm at work and like I'm eating my lunch and stuff, I have the pleasure of sitting in front of a monitor. I can flick like to Netflix and stuff like that. Then I will rewatch the same stuff, and it kind of falls around either Reacher, Fallout, Halo, and if I was going to go movies wise, it'd be any Jason Statham movie apart from the Fast and the Furious ones that he's in, because like I can't get on with that franchise anymore, and any Batman films, any Marvel film, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did watch the Marvel like universe at work. It's great work combined with work and running. They're great films to run to because they're just super actiony. They keep you kind of going. So yeah, all those films that you don't have to like see a bunch of stuff or really like pay deep attention to, I'll have on at work and I'll just be doing my thing. So when I'm not listening to podcasts, I'm always got something like that going. Do you guys have VBS, by the way? Like vacation Bible schools or anything like that? Churches put those on in the UK?
They possibly do.
What do you call them?
It's not something that's on our radar.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So I just helped with one with like 300 children, and let me tell you, I just got back from the last day.
And now you're sat here doing this.
That's right.
So it's like your brain has melted out of your ears, and now we have to try and do this.
Yeah. It wasn't 300. It wasn't 300 children, by the way. It was like I don't know how many, probably 100 or something like that. But anyways, it was enough.
All as loud.
Yes, it was
as loud as 300.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and our children. So okay, tell me this. This is just related. Over there, do your kids' summers like just fill up with random? Like our kids are in a creative camp. They have, but see, you don't have the same way of like a full 10 weeks of summer. So they have this. My kids are doing a creative camp. They're in soccer. They're doing something else too. Like some kind of play camp. I don't know. There's like a million things they have going on in the summer. There's like their schedules are busier than mine when they get off of school. Do you have any of that?
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys are doing it right. Let me tell you.
No, we're not. See, I sit on this side of the pond and I'm looking at things like, you get summer camp, space camp, and all them kind of things, different like soccer camp. They do all these different camps and things like that. Now, if you're into football, yes, there is a football camp you can go to and you can do it, but like you have to kind of already be part of that club or that team that you're training with. Yeah. Same with gymnastics and things like that. But you have to be pretty serious about it. So I know, like my niece, who has just recently flown to Vegas to do a gymnastics show. She will be in the gymnastics camp, so she will go pretty much every day throughout our summer holidays. But she's pretty serious about it, so it's like it's her passion and love to do it. But
Sure.
no, Logan will finish school at the end of July. The same with Emily, and it is entirely up to us to entertain them.
I mean, I guess there is that part that is helpful, but man, it's like Beck and I are sitting here like swapping like who's driving who to what and when and where are we going and who. Jeez, I don't know. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just maybe we might have overdone it a bit this year, but we'll see. We'll see. Then on top of that, you know,
the thing is, if they get to the end of the holidays and like are ready to go back to school for the rest,
yeah, right. They're like, oh man, not summer again. So much to do. No, my kids love it. They want to do it all. We don't force them to do any of it. It's always like, hey, what do you want to do? Well, that's not entirely true. We do make them play a sport. They don't have to play soccer. There's like a million different sports they can do. But they can just do like tennis lessons or soccer or there's like kickball and like there's a million things you could do around here. But we do make them do something like that gets them outside and doing something.
The only thing that Logan's asked for the start of the summer holidays this year is a bigger bike. So he's kind of over the last 6 months, I'd say, he's had a bit of a growth spurt. So his little Batman bike that like I took the stabilizers off and he can now ride is like the seat's on its absolute limit. Like I can't raise the seat any higher without it just like wobbling off eventually. So yeah, he's in need of a new bike.
I get that. My daughter's birthday is Saturday and she's getting a new bike, but she doesn't know it and she's right above me, so I must whisper.
Okay. Welcome to the ASMR part.
That's totally true.
No, I'm kidding. We won't ever do that.
Oh man. All right. Well, hey, now we've dived into the deep realms of Sean enough. Let's dive into the deep realms of Xbox. What happens next? Sean, take us to the housekeeping stuff.
So yeah, just as always, we have this little section of housekeeping that we do. It kind of keeps you informed about everything that's going on, what we are, and who we are here for. So if you want to get in touch with us, any social networking app you can do, just search for @GPT Gaming News. You have any thoughts, questions, you want to reach out, you want to chat to us, or you want a pretty cool place to sit and hang out with us, the other members of the GPT community that we've got, there is a link for the Discord. You can go there. There's over 2,000 people in there chatting now about what games they're playing. Like obviously with all the hype with the showcase that's coming out, everything is happening there. It is really cool. If you're listening to this via audio podcast, please go ahead and give us a review. It helps us grow, helps us reach more people. So yeah, on your podcast go-to app of choice, please help us out. And then we have an affiliation with Xbox itself. So there is a link in the description. If you follow that, you go to xbox.com via that link. Sign up in whatever the way you want, be that PC, car, or ultimate. Just show us Game Pass.
Show me the money.
Show some love.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. We get a little bit of that. So sign up to whatever way you want. I mean, I'm on Game Pass Ultimate. I think Nick is the same on Game Pass Ultimate. That covers you for everything. So you get cloud gaming. You can go to get a gaming PC. You can go and play it on the gaming PC. You can do everything with the Ultimate. Plus, you get access to things like EA Play and I think certain other little perks as well that you don't quite get with car or PC Game Pass. But yeah, follow the link. Go sign up. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much housekeeping. Thanks to Bruce for being a Patreon member for so long. He messaged us the other day and he was like, where's everybody else? And it's like, well, Bruce, you are the only one. So Mr. Just Being Bruce, thank you very much for the love and support on Patreon. We do have one. I will do my best to put it in the links somewhere. I'll have to grab that. But yeah. Anyway, before I trip over myself anymore, let's go into the X feed and talk about all the things Xbox.
We made it to the realms of Xbox. That's right. This is the X feed where we talk about all the top stories, and we have 4 of them. 4 top stories, folks. Starting with a rumor Big rumor here, which really will probably be confirmed one way or another in like 2 days, 3 days. Xbox exclusive Contraband internally delayed at Avalanche Studios. Avalanche. I don't know. I don't know what I say anymore. That is a rumor. I have been told who we got talking here. Speaking on a recent episode of the XNC podcast, host Mag claimed that Contraband has been internally delayed, not eternally, internally. Just want to make sure I understood that. I have been told that it's been delayed and that it's going to be delayed well into 2025. Could be the end of 2025 for all we know. The people who played it, said the game was fun. It was great. But it was a very, very early build. So is it being delayed or is it just not out yet? I don't know. Like how. We don't have a date for it, so how can it, I guess, internally delayed? Maybe they had an internal date that they wanted to hit, and they didn't hit it. So maybe that's what he means by internally. Because you can't be delayed to us.
This game's been in the making for 3 years. So if it's going to sit where most AAA big lead games go, 3 years of development is usually about the halfway point. So, 2025 might even be a shout. I'd say this will probably go to early 2026.
I agree. If they came out in the showcase and they were like playing it in December 2025, I'd be like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming. That's
we'll see that in March 26th then.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's only going. See, I make those presumptions going off the back of things like Starfield. Starfield was kind of like, oh, we're going to get that 2020. What was the original date for Starfield? 2021.
Yeah,
and then it crept to 2022, and then we saw it in 2023. So, no hate, no disrespect to the developers of games and stuff like that. When you're making a huge game like this, you want it to come out perfect. You want it to come out well. You don't want to be slated and dragged, across the coals by us gamers for releasing a game that wasn't finished, that was, had bugs and was unplayable. So take your time, make it right, do it well.
Yep. And for those of you who are like, what the hell is Contraband? It was a reveal trailer. It was E3 2021. It's supposed to be a co-op game, is what they say. There's no word but the team behind the project is promising. Open world set in the fictional world of a 1970s Bayan. So that's what it was. That's what it, I guess, is. I guess we'll see. So that's that. Story number 2. Former PlayStation exclusive Kena Bridge of Spirits crosses over to the Xbox this August. And this man here, Mr. Nintendo, could not be more excited. When the PlayStation showcase dropped, like way back when, this was the game that I was like, man, if I had a PlayStation, that's the game I'd want to play. Like, that game looks cool. So I am very excited, and it quite frankly might be, if it doesn't come to Game Pass, it might be my first Xbox purchase, because I thought it looked super cool when I saw it. I don't know like a ton about the story or anything, but I think the art style's awesome. I thought the combat looked cool. So I'm all in. It's a story-driven action adventure combining exploration with fast-paced combat. Untangle the past as Kena, a young spirit guide in search of the sacred mountain shrine. Help free the spirits trapped in a forgotten village with the help of the Rot, her adorable yet powerful spirit companions.
Yep, I was quickly just skimming through the article that we had linked in the doc, and I saw Pikmin. I was like instantly, yeah, okay, I'll have that. Thank you, please. Give me that.
Yeah.
So, since Tinykin, I haven't played anything as close to a Pikmin since Tinykin, which was a great game, by the way. No longer available on Game Pass, but it is on the Xbox Store that you can go purchase. So yeah, if they can give me something that's especially as good quality as that looks anyway, that Kena Bridge of Spirits looks very, very pretty, looks very good. I will take that all day. So hopefully that's one of those little surprises that we get in the showcase this year.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And it's rumored to come out. I don't know if it's rumored or it's going to. Is it rumored?
I think it joins August.
Yeah. Okay, so not rumored. Coming out August 15th, which is 2 days after my birthday. So thank you, PlayStation, for the birthday present. Who would have ever thought? Really appreciate it. I don't know if it's really PlayStation. It's whoever the developer is. I don't know. Anyways, we told you about a rumor that possibly Game Pass would have a new tier, a special tier for Black Ops 6. Well, guess what? Microsoft confirms we were wrong. That rumor is incorrect, which is a good thing for all alike. Everybody's going to have access to it, except obviously core members.
Yep. I think that was great that they came out and squashed that rumor within a week, rather than leaving it until the showcase. I think it's good that they quashed that pretty fast because, mainly because people will probably sign up now for it and be like, "Oh yeah, I might as well try it." Like drop on a deal, cast their eye over the Xbox Summer Showcase as if to say, "What else is coming? Is it worth signing up now?" But yeah, the fact that you're going to get this AAA game that is one of the most purchased and gross. What am I trying to think? It's like it's 2 in the morning, so this is difficult to comprehend and put into words. But
the largest,
one of the highest earning franchises that's going on. So yeah.
Also in the listing, we did find out that Xbox One fans or Xbox One owners, you are not getting left behind just yet. This game will be coming to your console as well. So, yeah,
that's Jay happy.
Nice. Story number 4: Xbox has entered an agreement to publish the next game from Toys for Bob, and Toys for Bob announced this in a cute purple little X post, which had people wondering, is that game going to be, or is that game a Spyro game? The team says, we're excited to announce that we'll be partnering with Xbox to publish our next new game. We're still very early in development, so you might not hear from us for a bit, but know that we're working hard on an experience we're so inspired about. Can't wait to share more. So Toys for Bob is now an independent studio, was owned by Xbox, now independent, but they apparently their relationship with Xbox is good enough that they came back to have them to ask them to help them publish the game. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think that separation happened, and they went across to Activision and kind of just sat in the Activision umbrella for a while. So I'm wondering if Xbox have allowed them to release themselves from the Activision publication and then being the parent, and I'll let them go and develop on their own within it as an indie developer under the Xbox umbrella.
Yeah, that could be that might be the thing. Now remember, Toys for Bob is the Spyro Reignited trilogy developer and Crash Bandicoot 4. It's the purple. It's the purple tease, which might mean nothing, but it's the purple tease of the X post that makes people think Spyro. If you could have Spyro or Crash Bandicoot 4, which one? Or not 4, but a new Spyro or a new Crash Bandicoot game, which one would it be, Sean?
I'd still say a Crash Bandicoot game, but that's purely because I'm a bigger fan of Crash Bandicoot than I am Spyro.
Yeah, I get you. I'd shoot for a Spyro game, but I understand. I'd be happy for either one. So excited to see what they have cooking when they're ready to serve it up. So those are all of our top stories, folks. We have 3 news bulletins. Tell Me Why is entirely free to claim on Xbox throughout the month of June. That's a really cool narrative game from Don't Nod, so take advantage of that if you don't own it yet. Still Wakes the Deep is now available for preload on your Xbox Game Pass sub. Well, for anything if you want to buy it, but just so you know, Game Pass users. Minecraft's next big update for Xbox officially arrives June 2024. So I don't remember we talked about what that involved, and I don't remember what it is anymore. The Trial of the Chambers. That's right. Yeah. Yep.
That's code 13th of June. So.
Yep, 13th of June. There you go.
And very quickly before we go into the new game announcements, if you're a big fan of Skate, the EA, the EA skate game. And you've been following all the social media stuff since they announced that they were developing Skate 4. They have ramped up the marketing for that game big time now. Their TikTok's going crazy at the moment. Same with their YouTube account. They are launching live action videos of professional skateboarders and stuff, all being not sponsored but employed by a company called Mongo Corp, which was a company in Skate 2. So a lot of people are wondering if they are leading into a big announcement during the Game Fest this year. So I have my fingers crossed because that is a game I have been following massively.
Sweet. I hope you get it. I hope you get the announcement you're looking for, Sean. I shall celebrate with you. New game announcements. There's a whole lot of Game Pass. So 2 Game Pass titles announced before this big swath. Magical Delicacy, which we knew it was coming to Game Pass, gets a July 16th date. SteamWorld Heist gets a deep dive new trailer. SteamWorld Heist, I think we have a date for that. I just didn't write it down. SteamWorld Heist 2 is coming August 8th, not SteamWorld Heist. SteamWorld Heist 2 is coming August 8th, and it has a new deep dive trailer, so you can go search those, get that. And then we got a big drop of games just today, which I was actually really surprised about. I didn't expect this to happen this week, to be honest.
No, you literally messaged me and said, there's no new games to talk about next week. And I messaged back saying, well, there's lots to come about with the showcase being on Sunday and blah, blah, blah. And then I think it's less than 6 hours later, we have a game drop.
Yeah, pretty crazy. The big one is definitely Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, Depersonalization, Azanzo, the Callisto Protocol, very cool. And what we already knew about Still Wakes the Deep. So those are all coming. We will give you a little bit more in those when we talk about Game Pass headlines here in a little bit. But with that, we shall shuffle our way into the feature story, folks, where Sean and I tell you all the things that will definitely happen in the showcase. Definitely. Maybe
so
not.
if you are watching this as a video on demand or you're watching it live, you will see that I have put my showcase predictions as the thumbnail. So, and I have done it in true Xbox Summer Showcase style by redacting most of the information as teasers. So,
I thought that was an email that Phil sent you. Oh, okay.
I wish Phil sent me emails. Having so much fun.
Yeah. So if you're here because you think we have the inside scoop, and that's what that is, suckers. No, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah. All right, Sean. So how do we want to? I know you have 10 because I saw your redacted emails or your redacted list. So I know you have 10. I may come up with 10 at the moment. I don't have 10. I have 8. Yeah, I mean, I struggled a little bit. I was like, okay, these things I know, and the others I don't. So you go first, and then I'll go with my first one, unless yours relates to mine or one I have, and then I'll kind of just jump to that one.
Okay. I'm gonna see. The thing is, I've got them listed in order. I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you do whatever.
I'll do them in the order then. So I think they're gonna open with Doom. I think they're going to open big, brutal, and that's going to come with an August or September date.
I'm writing your stuff down, by the way.
I'll just copy once we finish them. I'll copy and paste them into this week's doc. So
okay, fair enough.
Save you some typing. That's
fair. So in August or September date, huh? That sounds. Yep. I mean, that sounds about right. We tried to use our past history to figure that out, and that was a failure. They've released Dooms all over the calendar. So yeah, I mean, I could see that.
My thoughts on the August-September date is that we don't have many big games coming in those 2 months. There's like so far anyway. That's announced.
We don't really know.
We know about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So my first one is Avowed replaced and Ara History Untold gets locked in dates. think that's pretty low-hanging fruit. If they didn't do that, I'd actually be blown away, quite frankly. Replace is a little bit out there. Because, and actually you could kind of add into this the Indiana Jones game. I think all 4 of those, I'll throw that one in there too. I think all 4 of those are going to get locked in dates that they are going to drop. And like I said, if they don't, I'll be blown away.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pretty certain that the Indiana Jones stuff will be there.
Yeah.
So I completely forgot about Avowed and Hour Untold. So.
Yeah. Now, Replace is the only real flyer in that whole thing. To say it would have a date, because it very well might just have a 2025, a 2025 like loose year. So we'll see.
Yeah. My next one is Playground Games. So the guys that are reportedly working on Fable, but also worked on the Forza Horizon games, because they're not Turn 10, they're Playground Games. They're going to come with a title drop, and I think it's either going to be the rumored Forza Horizon 6 or Fable, and I'm edging more towards Forza Horizon 6 than I am Fable.
You bastard.
Only because I still think Fable, I'd like to see Fable sooner rather than later, because I loved Fable 1 and 2. I didn't really play 3. But I'm a huge fan of Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon 5 was really good fun with the Hot Wheels edition and stuff, like with the tracks in the sky. And I know the gaming community, in terms of the creative side of stuff that they have with Forza Horizon, would very much love Forza Horizon 6. There's lots of rumors about where it's going to be, and people are wanting it to be in Tokyo because they want to bring in the Japanese drift market scene and things like that. So, yeah, I think it's going to be one of those two, but I'm going to edge more towards Forza Horizon 6 getting a solid date and a release window rather than Fable. And I think we might see some Fable news, but I don't think we're going to see as much as we would like.
Well, then I will jump to number 3 for me. Fable gets a year. Doesn't get a date, but it gets a year. And I'm pretty sure it'll be 20. I'm going to hope it's you suck.
You at least it's going to be a 20.
As long as it's in the 20s. No, I need it to be a 20 and a 20. And specifically, I mean, I'm struggling, but I really think it could be a late 2025 game. I mean, I could see it being a late 2025. I know you might think I am ridiculous, but I think it could.
I want that for you. I wanted this game announced and released last year, so.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be last year. I do really feel like it could be this year, or not. I'm sorry, not this year, but we could see it this year and get a late 2025 release date. So we'll see. I think it's going to be there again, and it's going to get a date. So that's my number. That's my next one.
Okay, well, my next one's an obvious one. The Coalition's going to make an appearance. We're going to see Gears of War 6 drop with a 2025 date. And I think that's solid. I don't think they will drop a trailer for Gears 6 without a date within the next 12 months.
Yeah. Okay. So you said it first, because I have it too. Gears of War 6 trailer. You said it first, so you pick first. Give me what month you think it'll be. I won't pick your month.
Fall, so I'm going to say October 2025.
Trying to
tell you a month.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good month. It definitely is. I'm trying to think if I want to go later or.
The issue you have with going later is they have Call of Duty now, and they are not going to want to bring anything out in that November time to like stagger a Call of Duty game. So this is something that I thought about when the whole ABK stuff was going through, and we saw the Gears of the Black Ops 6 kind of stuff, is that Xbox, it's great that we've got Activision. It's great that we're getting Call of Duty and stuff with Treyarch and everybody. It's a fantastic game and franchise to have. But they have shot themselves in the foot because they now cannot drop a big game within a 4-week period of Call of Duty coming out, because people are either not going to buy the game because they are saving for Call of Duty, or whatever they play, the numbers will just crash straight off as Call of Duty comes out. So I think that November time frame is now like going to be very stale.
I mean, they can release stuff, but yeah, you can't release a Gears of War. Like, you could release like an Aura History Untold in that time period.
Yeah. But completely different genre.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. You can't release Gears of War. They're too close to what they're the same. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, if we think Indiana Jones is coming, Aura History Untold, Avowed, and Gears of War 6 with Call of Duty, it's like, well, where if you don't start dropping games, if you don't start dropping one of those in July, like, well, if Avowed is August, September is Indiana Jones, October, I guess, is Gears of War, and then November is Call of Duty, and then somewhere in there is Aura History Untold. That's a game people are really looking forward to, but it's not going to cross too many paths with any of those things. I'm going to say December. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say December.
Okay. Yeah, December bring like special edition consoles that you can buy, not skins, like a full-on special edition console.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna play this up. There's gonna be controllers. It's probably not gonna be as crazy as Starfield was, but there's gonna be a ton of stuff with this for sure. Okay, so here I'll go next because I've just kind of been playing off at what you've been saying. My number 2. A game gets announced, a Xbox game gets announced for the Nintendo Switch. And I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know if it's going to be streamed or what. I don't know. But one of them gets announced and goes to the Switch.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush. I can't understand why Hi-Fi Rush isn't a Switch game.
Yeah.
So I know the Switch games that are more in depth than that. And they run like Tears of the Kingdom is a more in-depth and visually spectacular game than Hi-Fi Rush, and it works very, 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 very well on the Switch. So,
Yep, 100%. So that's my number 4? Is that what that is? Yes.
Yeah. My number 4 is we're going to see the Elite Series 3 showcased. And we're going to see some features like the DualSense 5 for the PlayStation, the DualSense controller for the PlayStation 5. We're going to see more haptic feedbacks in terms of like the feel for stuff. Like I have now played with a PlayStation 5 controller, and the way like the rain reacts to the controller and things like this is fantastic. I like running through stuff, like playing what game did I play? The finals. Played the finals, and like when the coins drop and stuff like that around you, and like the controller like feels like there's literally coins dropping into your hand. It was fantastic. So I see that we're going to get an Elite Series 3. It's going to boast similar technology to that. 4 rather than 3 programmable settings. We're going to have 4 programmable settings. And you're going to be, there's like the LED section. You're going to be able to like spice it up with LEDs and stuff behind the analog controllers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've played Returnal a long time ago when it first came out, and yeah, the rain in that game has that same effect, and it's very cool. That makes a lot of sense. What was some of the stuff in that one controller that we absolutely like, that I fell in love with? The one that was rumored, remember that? And there was like a few things that I was like, that's game changing, and I don't remember what it is anymore. Like that kind of stuff I could see in there too, because it's got to have more than just what. I mean, those things are cool, but that can't just be like a whole new like number 3 controller. It's got to have It's got to have more than that.
Yeah,
The
I
Fable
can't
controller,
remember.
similar to the plate, may be revealed in a leaked document. Let me see if I.
Sibyl.
Sibyl, yeah, Sibyl. That's it.
Sebile, the new Xbox controller. Play anywhere, so it was like direct to cloud.
Direct cloud. That's what it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, I think if you add that option to to something to help with streaming, like that gets you up there with Stadia. That's what their controller did. Yeah, that's what their controller did. It had that. Rest in pieces, by the way. To help with lag when you're playing cloud games. Like that's the kind of stuff that I could really see them doing. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Sarah Bond gives us a sneak peek at its fall hardware launch, and it's a handheld.
Oh. See, I've gotten hardware the same. My number 5 is in the same direction as you for hardware. So
okay,
but mine is hinting at a discless Series X.
That's much more likely.
All the power and computing power and graphical power of the Series X, but with no disc like the Series S.
That is much
and an
much
extended hard drive purely for the fact that it's discless. So 2 terabyte.
And if they do that, I might buy it.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I just might buy it. But you know what holds me up? Sean? I'm not gonna lie. I need to know what Nintendo's doing. Like Nintendo's a log jam for me to spend money right now, like big money on a console. Like if I'm only buying one thing, I need to know what Nintendo's doing, so I can plan on what else I can buy.
The only way I'm going to buy a Nintendo console is if a new massive Mario game comes out, like Odyssey 2. That's the only way that I will drop money on a new Nintendo console.
Of course, yeah. Of course, it's been like 100 years since Odyssey was released. So yeah. There's gonna be a new one out. Don't worry, you'll be buying it. Don't worry, don't worry, you're buying it. Yeah. So do I want that discless Xbox? I do, but I gotta know when Switch 2's coming out so I can plan.
Just a quick shout out to Nintendo dads. If you need somebody to unbox and do a video for you guys, for the new Switch like you did with the OLED. I was so grateful for that. But I would do it again. Nintendo UK, hit me up.
Yeah, on an Xbox show, you just shout out Nintendo UK. That's it.
Hey, play anywhere.
That's right.
Anytime.
Play anywhere, play anything. Nice try, Sean. I love it. I hope it works for you too. I hope it does. I mean, I'll be super jealous, but I do. I'll root you along.
Hey, look, if Sarah Bond drops the handhelds, give her my number.
Yeah.
Phil sends me emails. Send me things.
That's right. Phil sends you redacted emails. So do I just don't think. I think that Sarah has she's being coy by like, it's the biggest leap you've ever seen in gaming. And I don't think it's the leap that gamers have in their head. I've been saying this since she said it. And so I think she's going to release something and she's going to be like, this is the biggest leap. And you're going to be like, what? That's not more specs than everything I've ever seen in my life. And she'll be like, yeah, but that's not why it's the biggest leap. So
it just in my head, I was like, oh, the biggest leap. You remember the Wii with a Wii Fit board? We're going to jump on here and play this. No.
That's what she's going to do. She's going to be like, look at this. It's the X Health wristband. It's the biggest leap in gaming ever. Oh, man.
Oh, to be fair, no. God, I like the Pokeball that you could get with was it Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee?
Oh yeah, I have one of those. Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I think I gave mine to Emily. I hope she still got it. But I used to carry that around in my pocket at work because you could like evolve. Stupid. Give me something like that. If I'm playing like Fallout and
oh yeah,
it relates to distance traveled, I will happily connect my Apple Health to that so I could rack up some XP for working out.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you could do something with Starfield. You could do something with a lot of different things for sure.
Yeah.
So is it my turn? I forget.
No, I'll go next.
Okay, you go next.
You went out with the handheld.
All
so, Mojang are going to do something with Minecraft, something big than Legends and Dungeons. It's coming up to 15 years old. I think it's 13 years old at the moment. So I think they're going to release something to do with a mainline Minecraft that's going to change the way that game is used and played. I think there's going to be a huge update to it, and I think they will show it off this year for a release in 2026.
That would be very cool. You know what they need to do? I mean, something bigger than Minecraft Dungeons is actually, I think, pretty big, because that was a pretty good game. Something bigger than Minecraft Legends, well, that's not that hard, because I think that game pretty much fell flat. I don't hear anybody talking about it. I don't even hear Minecraft. I don't even hear Mojang talking about it, quite frankly. Like, that thing just like,
swept under the carpet. Like,
yeah. I feel like that game was like, they released a couple of updates for it, and they were like, yeah, here's an update for that. Nobody's probably going to play it, but here it is. Have a nice day. Thanks.
You can't knock them for trying, though.
That's right.
They tried to take the premise of the game in a completely different direction, and it just didn't work for what the game was. It was a great tower defense style game, but it was just not a Minecraft kind of thing that people like.
Yeah, I didn't really get it that much. But anyways, I think what they need to do is they need to peel the Minecraft Legends off of the gameplay and the box of what they did, shred the box, and then do what you and I thought Minecraft Legends was going to be in the beginning, which was like a Zelda-like. Make that game and slap that title back on that game and be like, look at Minecraft Legends. It's a Zelda-like, and you can build and craft, and people are just going to be like, well, it's kind of like Tears of the Kingdom. But if you can do it Minecraft style, I think it'll still fly. It'll still be fine. And I'll be like, here it is. And then you and I will be like, wow, I'm playing that game for sure. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
So my next one, the family plan, isn't mentioned. It's buried and dead, and it's not going to be anywhere. That's my prediction.
I think you should be able to share, at least a sharing plan, so you can share it with one other person in your household. So splitting it. But yeah, I can't see it happening.
Nope. I think like their like test run, they lost shit tons of money in that country, and they were like, nope-sies, not doing that again. So yeah.
See, they should broaden. The thing is, if they broadened the testing pool to that, it would have had massively different results. Because I know for a fact with Nintendo Online, and we keep going back to Nintendo because we have big Nintendo players at heart as well. That the NSO family plan works really, really well. Like, it was offered. Like Frosticles, which is a friend of ours from previous shows and in the Discord community with the Nintendo Nerds. He was going to share his with me, and I was going to share mine with his, and we were going to split it. So like 1 year I pay for it, and we'd share it that way, and do it backwards and forwards. So we always land on a good deal. We'll be able to share it, and we had access to all the expansion pack stuff. So they should do something similar for Game Pass, because I think it'd work better in a larger pool. So
I don't think it would. I think they found out that they didn't make more money; they made less, and the numbers weren't there. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they come out on Sunday and they're like, the family plan, here it is, But I don't think that's going to be the case. The NSO is a bit different because it's games that Nintendo has had for a bazillion years. And yeah, there's some DLC packs for Mario Kart and blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. But for the most part, those DLC packs are just there to drag people along to buy the game. They still have to buy the game. And in Game Pass, if 5 people can get on for, what was it, like $45 or something like that a month? Yeah. I mean, that's like, yeah, I just think Xbox looked at that and said, this is not feasible. Again, super hope I'm wrong. I really do. But Is it my turn?
No, I'll go.
Okay, go.
So I think it is about time we saw the bear.
Yeah.
Mr. Banjo and his feathered friend Kazooie need to be there this year. It's been too long. But yeah, Rare needs to do something with it. They need to poke the bear and make it come out a bit alive.
Okay, so we got to go deeper on this one because I have it too. So we can't just say Banjo-Kazooie. So we both agree that we think they are or should come out. But you said it first, so
I'm gonna go completely new game.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a new game. Oh gosh, I hope if they come out and they're like, guys, and they're like teasing, like these little like tails, you see like the little feathers, and they're like, we have something to show you, and they like unveil it, and it's a remake of the game that I can already play. Oh, no, I don't want a remake of Nuts and Bolts or the first one yes, this needs to be a new game. I 100% agree.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind them doing a remake or a remaster of the first one. Not so much of Nuts and Bolts, but give me all the nostalgia of playing the storyline of the first one with all the graphical updates and the camera updates.
Amen. Yes.
To Banjo and Kazooie, the first one, then yes, I'm sold. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to like, what would be like my dream announcement would be to say, Banjo-Kazooie, blah blah blah, brand new game. All rethought, retooled, coming out late 2025 or fall 2025. And then, but today, boom, drop a remake of the first Banjo-Kazooie. You can play it right now on Game Pass. Go preload it. Like that kind of a thing would be freaking awesome. That would be amazing.
Yeah. That'd be lots of fun. But yeah, they need to do something with them.
So I am going to say that not only do they drop this, but they drop it and they say there's a new game coming out August 2025. That's what I'm saying. Okay, Sean, right now, unless I can come up with one on the fly, this is my last one. Game Pass prices will not be raised at the showcase. I don't think there's been a lot of talk about Game Pass prices being raised. I don't think they're going to deal with this right now. I think maybe in late summer, Phil might come out.
I think by the Christmas period.
Yeah, right before the Christmas period. Sean might come out in the August-y, September-y time and say, hey, yeah, okay, definitely before Activision, definitely before they drop Black Ops, I would imagine. They might come out and say, hey, yeah, okay, we need to raise Game Pass by X, Y, or Z. But I don't think I don't think they want any negative anything at this showcase.
No. So shying away from there being a different tier for Call of Duty, just everybody has to pay $2 more. Apart from Core, because they don't get it.
Exactly.
Okay, so I have three more.
More?
Number 8, 3 more. So number 8 for me is there's going to be a list of Activision titles coming after the showcase. And I literally showcase ends, these titles are then available.
That makes sense.
I think they're going to be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the Crash Bandicoot series with Crash Team Racing, and the backlog of Call of Duty games. But when I say backlog of Call of Duty games, I mean up until 2022.
Okay. All right.
So that covers Cold War, won't be there. Modern Warfare 3 Remaster won't be there. And Advanced Wars won't be there. I think they're the 3 that wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I mean it'd
be a no-brainer. It'd be a no-brainer for him to put Black Ops 2 and stuff like that there available to play, because those games are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, That would be that makes a lot of sense. I'd be shocked if they don't do that now that you say it. So yeah. What's your next one, sir?
So we know that they created a development team for making games that are genre defining. That
Yep, single player genre defining games, as I recall.
Yep, and that development team was called Elsewhere Entertainment.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're going to outline what Elsewhere Entertainment are made up of. So what development studios people have come from. And that they will be giving some idea as to a game that they will be working on. So I think with all the negativity of closing studios, we've seen some more studios close and lose members recently as well in the last week. I can't quite remember what that is because my brain stopped working.
Arcane Austin, Tango Works.
Oh no, there's been another one announced this week.
Oh really?
At some point, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was there. It was fresh in my mind. In fact, our social media team, I think, put a post out about it as well. So it's on our X account.
You keep talking, and I will look it up.
But yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. I think with all the negativity of all the developments teams that are closing or shrinking and the cuts that are being made, I think they're going to come out and try and put a positive spin on, hey, look, as well as we have teams that are getting smaller. There has been massive opportunities to come and work with Elsewhere Entertainment to then begin working on games. Those people are these people. They have come from these studios, and they are now working together to make this kind of game. So yeah, that's my number 9. And then my last bit, and I think they're going to close with this, is they're going to bring back an OG Xbox character.
An OG? Explain more. What do you mean by that? An OG?
So
Xbox.
A character that we haven't seen in the Xbox franchise since the OG Xbox, and a lot of people are rumoring and chucking this out there that it's Blinks, the cat.
That'd be fun. Wait, I have one. I have one. They're bringing back Viva Pinata. And not some stupid, like, multiplayer, I don't know, Viva Pinata party game. But the Viva Pinata. Like, the garden sim.
So that game studio was having people where they were taking cuts is Avalanche Studios, who we mentioned earlier about Contraband. So they've lost 50 members.
Well, that makes that rumor seem a little bit more possible.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. Feel like we should have sussed that out first. My bad. Oh man, that does stink. Oh, that's.
And then the last rumor, sorry, as well on our X feed that I've just spotted as we were scrolling back then is Borderlands 4.
No, that's the wrong one. You didn't see the right one.
Huh?
Are you talking on the GPT X feed?
Yeah.
No.
It's not the last one, but it's one that I thought was worth noting.
No, the one that's worth noting that I just saw was the breaking news that Tom Warren and corroborated by The Gamer, Fable is set to release in 2025 exclusively on Xbox, with a new trailer to come during the Xbox showcase. That's the one. I didn't even know it was. I did not cheat and look on the GPT X feed to get all the information. I literally did not know that was there. Just so you know, I just saw
5 hours ago. Yeah, you knew.
I didn't.
Keep that in your back pocket.
5 hours ago, I was in a meeting with the Downtown Development Authority of Centerville. Okay, so I had no idea that was happening. And then I went from that to VBS, and then from there I came and talked to you. So I literally did not know about that. Anyways, I swear I'm on my mother's grave, but she's not. I just realized my mother's not dead.
That'd be interesting.
What would be interesting?
Tom Warren, yeah. Fable 2025.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Fable. We need it. It's coming. I can feel it. Tom, don't fail me now. Okay. So yeah, I added Viva Pinata to my list. Do you have another one? I can't remember. Was that 3 or 2 that you did?
No, I think that was it.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm gonna find my list and I'm gonna copy it.
So you have 9 and I have 11, or no, I have 9 and you have 11. Is that correct?
10.
10. Okay, you have 10.
Unless you want to take Borderlands. Where have you been putting these? Oops.
Cool. Okay. I will add mine. Oh, you're going to add it there. That makes sense. I can do that. That's a lot easier than what I was going to do. Work smarter, not harder, Nick.
What was you going to do?
I was going to upload I put mine in a Word document because I just,
Mine are in a Word document. I don't know when they're not. They're in a Google document.
Yeah. Don't try to call your googly word thing a Word document. Come on.
Google Sheet. Not a sheet. What is it? It's a doc. It's a doc for Google.
Okay, these people, everybody listening is like, what the hell is going on with them? Are they? Is this a podcast? I don't even know. Is this like a friendly fight? I don't know what's happening right now.
We have this every year. In fact, we tried to scar it, and it never works because we could never. So the scoring system never works.
No.
So
did you see? I didn't even mention a scoring system because it was.
I know. I was waiting for that as we were starting. I was like, is he going to mention the scoring system again? No, it's just gone out the window.
Well, if it's a 1, then it's a 2, and if you say a 4, then you get 5, unless something happens and then you negate 3, and it's like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even have the brain power to think about how this would work. So yeah, no. We just ditched that. All right, those are our predictions, and by next week we'll know that everything we said was correct and we're all winners. So on to the dashboard. I do need to say I saw Acid TK has been with us most of this time. Thank you, Tyler, for being with us. He says that he thinks Borderlands is going to Summer Games Fest. Also, he's a big fan of the banjo idea as well. And he also said that Fable needs to be... The Fable gameplay needs to be shown.
Yeah, in engine and gameplay as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Series X. They need to be like this bit of it's on the Series X, this bit of it's on the Series S. I think that's what they need to do going forward with those. They need to show it running on both machines.
100%. Sean, why don't you regale us with this scroll of games that you've been playing this week?
I know. I played some games. It took some time. Well, I say it took some time. My sleep pattern got absolutely tipped upside down. So I spent a night the other night for about 4 hours trying different games.
That's awesome.
Just so I could talk about them. I tried X Defiant, big free-to-play game that everybody seems to be in on at the moment. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it was the fact that I was overtired but couldn't sleep. I couldn't make heads or tail of it. But if you like games like the Finals and team deathmatch style multiplayers with objectives like what did I have to do? I had to take a convoy of something. I had to protect it as it went from
escort
one place
mission
to
type
another.
stuff.
Yeah, an escort mission.
Okay.
Well, yeah, 3 a.m. So I had an escort mission where I had to protect something going from one place to another. It was really fast and action paced. It was good fun. There was lots of different. There's different character types that you can choose. I just didn't go on with it. So for first person shooters, it's great. Graphics are good. Works well. In and out of matches really quick. It was just I could tell I was playing with people that had been playing it for a while. They knew where to go and things like that. And I was just getting my ass handed to me.
Mm-hmm. So. Gotta love internet.
And then I keep getting emails about Stumble Guys. So I thought I'll fire it back up and see how that's going. So I played Stumble Guys for a little bit. I sat with Logan while I did this and played Stumble Guys. We won a couple of matches. He was big in the Mr. Beast stuff. They've got a huge Mr. Beast event going on at the moment. That game is a lot of fun. It is Fall Guys, just with a different name. but yeah, it's just it is that style of game. So like total wipeout style gameplay, like Fall Guys. Lots of different levels and things like that. Lots of different avatars and skins. And the Mr. Beast event that's going on, you can buy into that. You can unlock Mr. Beast skins and Beastie skins and stuff like that. So there's lots of stuff going on.
So
So that was good fun.
I was just gonna ask: why do you play Stumble Guys over Fall Guys? Like, I don't like. Is there a reason? Is it any better? Is it just like it's just
no,
like some
it's just,
people like
I
cheese pizza, some people like pepperoni pizza.
It was just because we played Fall Guys and talked about it quite a lot. I thought I would try Stumble Guys to see like what the difference is. Why another company thought, hey, this Fall Guys game's awesome. Let's go make one that's completely different, but exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. So there really is no difference. It's pretty much the same thing. Just
pretty much you all you can do is run, jump, and dive. You can't grab people like you can in Fall Guys and like drag people around, but you just run, jump, and dive. It's a platformy style runner game.
Okay, and like I did say last week, Fall Guys, and maybe that's why. I mean, hey, competition is good, right? So maybe that's why they're doing it. Fall Guys does now have a level creator in it, so you can create your own levels. So hey, maybe that's why they're adding stuff to try to make them differentiate themselves from Stumble Guys.
Yep. I played some Haunty. Is that Hauntai?
Yep.
That game is very pretty. I like the idea of it that you're a lost spirit trying to get out, and you try to follow your angel-winged friend, and you get snatched back down. But the music, it was just like I was literally like falling asleep. Like I think you described it best as that the music is like NyQuil. You just so relaxing, and because like the graphics and the gameplay, the graphics are so like hand drawn, and the gameplay is so smooth and straightforward kind of thing. With the music, it was a bit like,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I actually really like some of the puzzles and some of the stuff you had to do in the game. It is one of those games that I just kind of have to get over the fact that I'm going to go through most of this game and have no effing idea why I'm playing or why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm sure it'll all come together at the end. I hope it will, but no idea what we're doing here. I mean, I get an idea of it. I get some like semblance of an idea, but I don't know, whatever. The second thing is you have to, if you want to do everything, shake everything, be everything, you will drive yourself insane because you can literally like haunt everything. Not literally everything, but you can haunt a lot of things, and all you're going to get is like two, like, I don't know, not coins, but whatever they are, whatever the currency is. You're just going to get like two of them, and you're going to take and so if you feel like you have to do that with everything, you are going to go insane by the time you're done with this game. Because like almost every tree can be haunted, and all you're going to get after you shake it, which is like pushing the joystick back and forth, is like two of the currency. And they're like, well, okay, and do it again and again and again.
That was going to be my next fact, is the fact that everything is almost everything. I'd say like 98% of the stuff that I came across was like you could interact with it in some way. You could, and things like that. It was very cute in that sense. But yeah, I feel like I've said a lot of negative things about it, but I haven't. When I say it's a snarl fest, it's not because it's boring. It is literally because it was so relaxing to play. It was one of those games where, and it's probably still on my dashboard, is if I've had a really stressful like day of things like that, and I just want a game that I can kind of switch off and just sit with. That is one of those games. It's very, very pretty. It's very relaxing to play. Not that it's boring to play. It's very relaxing. I'm trying to put this into a way where I can transition to you. So the next game I played is the Chants of Sennaar. What a great premise for a game. Just like a bit like Tunic. There's no instructions really. There's not much of a tutorial to the game. You the first thing you do when you come across it is a lever, and then next to the lever is just some glyphs. And off the back of the glyphs, you kind of have to figure out what those mean. And you have like a journal that you can it automatically writes these glyphs into this journal, and then you have to use the Xbox keypad that you can bring up and kind of guess what those glyphs mean. and then next time you see those glyphs, it tells you what you think they were. And that's how you like the action through actions and people's actions and how they gesture and stuff like that. You kind of have to try and learn the language of the game. And every now and then the character will stop and it opens the journal, and you have to try and assign these glyphs to the right thing. And if you get them all right across the 2 pages, it validates them and gives you the actual meaning of them. So you can get a close meaning. So I think the first page was like there was a door, and then like these 2 symbols that look like locked and unlocked are open and close, are on and off. So like on door, off door, and things like that. So then you went into the next thing. There was a load of R levers, and you had to turn things on and off and open gates and stuff like that. And then once I got to the end of it, I was like, right, okay. So whenever I've seen this symbol, it's meant for me to close something. If it's meant for me to open it, and that's the symbol for it. So put them all in it, and it kind of validates them and says, right, sets them in stone that yes, that is what those mean, and then you can progress on. But yeah, there's lots to it, and it's a really nice. The graphics are really good. It's like a hand drawn, hand painted style graphics to it. There's a nice sneaking aspect to it in places. But yeah, great fun game. If you like that kind of puzzle-ish thing, and it kind of you think, that's quite interesting, I definitely go and give it a go. A lot of people online have been saying exactly the same as me, that it's such an interesting premise for a game where you have to learn the language by deciphering it. It's like you would if you were to a different country and you didn't know how to speak any of the language. You kind of decipher from what you're seeing on a sign and things like that. It's great. It's good fun.
Yeah, that's cool. It's funny when you said it has this language thing. I was like, I couldn't remember the name of Tunic, so it's fun. That's what made me laugh when you said it. I was like, so it's like that Fox game, huh? I was just like, I thought I should look it up, but I was like, nah, I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna say it's like the Fox game. I couldn't remember Tunic.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Squad Busters as a mobile game. Really, really enjoying that. It's a Supercell game. Fantastic. So if you liked any of their other previous games, it's like that, but with a completely different spin. A lot of fun. I don't want to comment about it too much because we said a lot about it last week. I've been playing Fallout 4 this evening. Just slowly progressing that game through. Making a habit now of like clearing out places completely, rather than just diving in and out. I'm on the hunt for lots of oil and like sticky stuff, so glue, duct tape, that kind of things. That. And then the last game I want to mention is Humanity. And the only reason why I'm making this the last game to mention is because it's possibly going to be the first game that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about it.
And I enjoyed Humanity. Mm-hmm. Again, an interesting premise game, but it's like Lemmings. So you play as a little spirit fox dog kind of thing, and then that dog can give commands to just a horde of people that are walking out of a white door. And the idea is to then give them commands by dropping arrows. So when like you could go to a square, it's all like a square-based game. So you can go to a square, drop a command, tell them to turn left, tell them to turn right. You can give them like commands like jump, long jump, and each different level has different commands. And you've got to guide them into this light. That's the idea of the game.
Yeah. It sounds very simple, and actually it starts out, it has a really good tutorial, I would say. It starts out pretty good. It's like, okay, all right, this is it. Okay, yep, you're adding something new. Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, like, you get out of the prologue and you get a couple levels deep, and all of a sudden you're like, what the hell? This is impossible. I can't do this. You just like, so suddenly you really got to start thinking, like, you got to use your brain muscle a lot, and everything they've given you, and then they take some things away sometimes, so you can only use certain things, and it's like, okay, you got to really think. And then you get the little golden guys.
Goldies.
Yeah, goldies. Yeah, that's what they are. Little golden guys, and so if you're if you're like a collectathon person, there's so many of them in each level, and you got to think a little bit extra hard to get to those guys. And sometimes you think you have it all figured out, and then you watch your people fall off an edge or do something, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't really think about that. And so yeah, it's fun, and they do tell you. I love that they tell you in the beginning, like, hey, don't worry if your people plummet to their death. They just kind of regenerate back at the door. They're okay. And it's like, I actually really appreciated it because I was like, man, I feel really bad. Like, I just ran like for 30 guys off the edge. So I did appreciate they're like, hey, it's all good. They're back at the door. You're cool.
Yep. I see. I feel that bad that I always make sure that if you have to use them to operate a switch, um, and then like they no longer have to go on that same path for that reason, I make sure that they have an exit path where they can join the rest of them.
Oh, that's nice of you.
It's like I was like, I feel really bad, and there must be some kind of like limit. There must be a count of how many people you've chucked off the edge. There must be, because I want to know that information.
That's fair. That would be fun. That would be fun to know, for sure.
Did you get far enough to be using like the long jumps and the floats all at the same time?
I didn't get a float. I have like the real high jump and the long jump. I don't have the float yet. I didn't make it there.
So yeah, there was a level where like I had to incorporate a long jump and a float. So the float means like they could walk through the float power up and then use the long jump, and then when they landed, it would cancel the float power up. So they only used it until they touched the floor again.
Okay,
that made puzzles very, very interesting because it had to time like a long jump to walk through a float to a long jump, and then activate a switch, then come back. But then it was like a floaty long jump, so the amount of times like I was just chucking people off the edge to try and time where the long jump of the float should have been was just
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't make it quite that far, but yeah, it is a really good game. It's funny. I know we just mentioned music, and I'm not usually one to be fussed about music. I found that music pretty annoying, so I had to like.
Yeah, that got turned right off.
Yeah, that one was pretty rough. But
only because it was very chimey.
I just thought it was very repetitive. It had a short track, and so it was like it's like the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, we're back to the beginning again. Okay, so yeah. Is that all for you?
That's all. Yeah.
All right. For me,
played a lot of games.
Yeah, that was a ton of games. Yeah. So when I say that's all, you have way more games than I. The only other game I've played is Worms WMD, which people are like, what the hell? That game's 100 years old. Yes, it is. And my kids found it on the Switch and started playing it. So, and they've fallen in love with it. And we had to really relearn it. And I think the relearning process is actually part of the fun because we're blowing ourselves up like on the regular. We're like, how does this work? Oh, nope, not like that. Okay, well, I'm one more worm down for me. Like the first time I won, but that was only because I went last. So everybody else pretty much blew up their people before I could blow up my last person. So I've been having a lot of fun playing that with the kids and just watching them and they've been pretty good. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, siblings, it's like the brother's like, all right, I could easily take out dad over here, but instead I want to bat my sister off the edge just because I can. And so, you know, sis is a little like, you shouldn't win for me. So, yeah. It's been interesting, but it's fun. That game is good for laughs.
I don't like that when we're playing like Mario Party and stuff like that. And I'll do something that is against Jaya.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much sass comes out. She's like, why have you done that? You could have took it from somebody else. I was like, yeah, but you're winning. And if I do that, then you're not winning. She goes, yeah, but you're not winning. I said, no, but you're not. So it's not like I'm not going to do things that are going to further you to win. I'm here to level the playing field.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I'd be like, Ariel, he can attack anybody he wants. Well, I'm going to attack him. Okay. So it worked out great for me. I pretty much won every time because they just attacked each other and would leave me alone. So it's like, okay, you guys do that, and then I'll just choose who to attack. Whoever's doing the best out of the two of you. So yeah. But anyway, so those are the two games. Those are the two games that I've been playing. So that is our dashboard. On to the Game Pass headlines. Hey, we got games. We got games this week, and now we got games for next week, like we talked about. Didn't think we were gonna have any. The calendar was empty, but Phil said no, and filled it up for us. Except for I think I ditched my. Wait for it. Wait. Oh, no, I found it. Okay, we're good. So out this week, we had some games, and they were. Did you like that? Fireworks came out June 4th. Not fireworks, firework. Came out Tuesday, June 4th, just for the PC. An accidental fire. This is a pretty hilarious story. An accidental fire at a funeral forces the police to reinvestigate the closed case of a massacre. You will play as a rookie police officer who participates in the reinvestigation by chance. As the investigation goes deeper, the past of the victims gradually emerges, and the case becomes more bewildering. Actually, I think that could be a fun game. PC only, though, so we're out. Rolling Hills out everywhere June 4th also, which was this coming Tuesday, or this last Tuesday, so you can play it right now. And it was available day one with Game Pass Game, which we love. Serve up sushi as a robot chef in Rolling Hills, a life sim about running your own restaurant in a cozy village. Make new friends, purchase ingredients, enhance your shop, and improve the lives of your neighbors as you perfect your craft. Really wanted to get to this game, but just didn't have a chance. It sounds like something I might possibly like. And I thought, go ahead.
I hovered over this for a long time,
yeah,
ready to press install, and then I didn't. That's when I went to Chance the Sonar. So
gotcha. Yeah, I still want to get to this one if I can. Try to get to it a little bit. And then I thought I was done. I was like, those are going to be the only games that I talk about. The rest will be all up to Sean. But then wait, no! Phil said, no, there are games today. Dropped Thursday, June 6th. Surprise drop for us. Octopath Traveler 1 and Octopath Traveler 2. Octopath Traveler 1, they're both available everywhere. Octopath Traveler making a return to Game Pass library today, which I actually didn't remember. I thought you were wrong. I was like, I don't think so. But I don't remember it being on Game Pass, but there you go.
Yeah, I can remember when I played the demo for it on the Switch, and then I go like a week or two before release. It was kind of pigeoned to be coming to Game Pass at the same time.
There you go. Embark on an epic journey across the vast and wondrous world of Orstera and discover the captivating stories of each of the 8 travelers. Use each character's distinctive abilities in and out of battle and make decisions to shape your path. And then number 2, in this critically acclaimed second title in the Octopath Traveler series, 8 new travelers venture forth into an exciting new era in the land of Celestia. Step into their shoes and explore the land as you see fit, using their unique talents to aid you along your journey in this role-playing adventure. The only thing I'd like to say about this is I think it says something about the showcase when they decided to drop this today. Like, this is a big game. This is not a big. This is a big announcement. Like, this would have been a good out now showcase thing. You know?
Yeah, this mid showcase, boom, boom.
Yeah,
catch everybody's attention. As everybody's maybe starting to, we talked to developers a little bit. We've gone from this game. It's not, we've gone a couple of not exciting games and a big kind of sit and chat with a developer to then boom, sizzle reel this available right now. It's and have Jeff Keighley go, wow, look at everybody. This is an awesome. Yeah, that'd be a wake up moment.
Yeah, and so I was surprised that this didn't get saved for that, which tells me that they really got a banger of a showcase, and they're trying to, even stuff like this, they're like, let's get that out of the way because Sunday's coming.
Yep.
All right, sir, what's out next week?
So coming soon and next week, we have 3, I think we've listed 3 new games. One's PC only. 2 of them are everywhere, including cloud, console, and PC. The first one coming June 12th is Depersonalization, which is a tabletop role-playing game inspired by the Call of Cthulhu, which is rich, branching narratives. Depersonalization consists of multiple story modes, each of which has multiple endings and branching routes, striving to build a diverse themed world. And this is your PC only. It's a tabletop game, so very much easier to play keyboard and mouse than it is with a controller and analog sticks. June 13th. Isonzo?
Sure.
Isonzo? I don't know. Isonzo. Very difficult one to pronounce. A ferocious Alpine Warfare will test your tactical skills in an authentic World War I first-person shooter. Fight high-actual battles among the scenic peaks, rugged valleys, and idyllic towns of northern Italy. The Great War of the Italian Front is brought to life and elevated to unexpected heights. So, it's the first-person shooter. That's all I can say. I haven't stared into this deep. I got too excited by this last game. So last game also coming June 13th, coming to everywhere, cloud console and PC, is the Callisto Protocol. Now, anybody that sat and watched the 2022 showcase saw this game coming out, and we were all probably like, oh, I hope this comes to Game Pass day one. It didn't. And I was very sad that it didn't, because it's got a very, very good Dead Space feel to the game. It's a survival horror first-person shooter with close quarter battles through melee combat. Very, very jump scary. There's like the whole scene of the thing where it's right in his face. It's like, just awesome looking game. I was super excited for it, but then it didn't come to Game Pass. But at the same time, there was lots of other games coming to Game Pass that I was really excited about. So I never actually went and spent the money on it. So when this like placard of games dropped earlier on this afternoon, I was just hyped. So the Callisto Protocol coming June 13th. Survive to escape the horrors of Callisto. Use a unique blend of shooting and brutal close combat melee combat to fight your way through the maximum security Black Iron prison. Battle evolving inhuman creatures, scavenge for new weapons, and uncover the conspiracy lurking on Jupiter's dead moon. I can't wait. I'm going to play that.
Good for you. No, I'm really happy for you.
I'm saying I'm going to play that. What day is June 13th? Is that
I don't know.
It's Thursday. So no, I probably won't play that next week because we are going to Taylor Swift next week.
Oh, you Swiftie.
I'm not. I feel like I need to confirm because every time I say, we're going to Liverpool to watch Taylor Swift, I'm not going to go watch Taylor Swift. I am merely driving them to Liverpool and then chauffeuring them about the city while they go to watch Taylor Swift. I found a bar that I'm going to go and sit in called NQ64, which is like a pay-to-enter gaming bar. So
that's pretty fun. That sounds like a good time. I mean, I think it'd be fun to see a Taylor Swift concert, but I don't want to pay the price. But I mean, I wouldn't like say no to free Taylor Swift tickets or anything like that. But
yeah, I wouldn't have said no if they were free, but I think I don't want to know how much they spent on 2 tickets. So to buy a third would just be absurd.
Yeah. Buy third would be absurd.
Yep. We have some more games leaving. So we had a bunch of games leave. I keep looking at my wrist, but I took my watch off.
Yeah, these ones, this is a pretty intense list to be leaving all at the same time.
It is. And there's one of these I'm really upset about because I wanted to play it one more time. But so games leaving on June 15th. Bramble the Mountain King, which is going from PC and console. Room Factory 4 Special, which is also leaving PC and console. Space Line from the Far Out, which a lot of people seem very upset is leaving. That's going from PC and console. And the Bookwalker, The Thief of Tales, PC and console. And then the one that I'm really shocked to be leaving is High on Life.
Mm-hmm.
I am saddened and surprised to see this go. But I also haven't seen anything about it for a while.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the they have player data on it, and I think it's probably starting to die out. But before we get too far into that, let me tell you, if you're interested in any of these titles, you have until June 15th to beat them or buy them for 20% off with your Game Pass sub. You got to do it. You got to buy them before they're off of Game Pass, though. Otherwise, you lose the 20% discount. So,
yep.
So they're
and High on Life is definitely one of those that if it's a good price and you haven't played it, go buy it and play it. It's so much fun. Very, very crude. Think Rick and Morty style humor if you haven't seen anything about it. And you'll be in the right ballpark.
No, it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed it, although I did hit the bug at the end, so I never got to fully beat the game. Like literally my journey to the big baddie. I hit a game-breaking bug, and I don't know, I just couldn't get there. And my save file got corrupted, and that was that. So I actually never actually beat the game.
Yep.
And then Rune Factory 4 Special. If you're a farming fan and you like the top-down combat, Rune Factory 4 is a good combo of farming and top-down combat. Old Zelda-style combat. Anything else on those, Sean?
No, that's it. That's those.
That's those. And Sean, I know you're fading quick, man. It's like, it's late. It's late over there. I totally get it. I appreciate
it's
you.
Nearly 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
get us the heck
just
out
very
of
quickly,
here. Go ahead.
Did you look at Tiny Glade on Steam?
No, you told me I saw this, but where is it anywhere else other than on Steam?
No, not yet. And I'm hoping it does come to somewhere else other than Steam, because I think you would very much enjoy this. It's a non-combatant, non-objective, cozy crafting game where you're literally just building tiny little houses and stuff like that, and like meadows with paths, and you can alter it. You can like build towers. You can like decorate the front, change the size of the windows. But it just looked like it was one of those games that you would.
Wow, and it just kind of like does it all for you too as you like start to move stuff around. You know what this reminds me of is that water-based game where you build.
And
the
you
houses.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good.
You enjoyed. That's what made me think that you'd enjoy that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, get on it, Phil. Bring it to Game Pass.
Yep. So I don't think there's any other events coming up other than the showcase at the weekend that we need to talk about. I'm not entirely certain how that's going to look as of yet, but we shall see. But we all hope that you very much enjoy it. If you've got hopes and dreams and desires from the showcase, we hope you get them, because everyone is Xbox Gaming Christmas.
That's right.
Phil the Santa Claus and Jeff Keighley the elf. Yeah, that's it, folks. That wraps up another episode of the Game Pass Tracker Show. You can give me a follow on X at Sean_Abbott, and you can give Nick a follow. That is at Nick10Do, Nick10Do. Go and follow our main channel, GPT Gaming News. It's over there. It's awesome. You got any suggestions, any questions? You just want to share your high scores, get in touch with us, tell us your predictions, tell us your hopes and dreams for the showcase. You can do by emailing us at show@gamepasstracker.com. Don't forget, in the links, there is the Discord channel. So go and chill in there and chat with us. Drop your reactions in there from the showcase. But yeah, a massive thank you all to all our watchers, to all our listeners. Keep for tuning in, keep gaming, keep tracking, and until next time, we shall see you later.
See you later, guys.